Good evening, welcome back. My name is Ty and this is the GoTyGo channel on Blooming Entertainment. Today we're talking about the Yasso 800s, an interval workout, and today it's out on the track. All right, the Yasso 800s. What are they? Why do we care? Especially if we're training for the marathon distance, why do we care? Well, first off, the Yasso 800s is an interval workout. It's gonna be 10 sets of 800 meters or a half mile. And the work to rest ratio is gonna be a 1-to-1. And when I say rest, it is an active, easy jog, so not necessarily just standing around. You are supposed to be actively jogging in between, but it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if it takes you 4 minutes to do a half mile, 5 minutes to do a half mile, then you get 4, 5, respectively, of active, easy jogging in between. Now you're going for 10 of them, and so I very much challenge you to think, if you ever do this, to think of it like a game. And I compare it to a workout that they do in CrossFit called Tabata. Tabata is a 4-minute workout, and you work for 20 seconds and you rest for 10 seconds. And you do 8 rounds of that, adds up to 4 minutes. And your score, let's say you're doing push-ups, and in 20 seconds, let's say the first round you do 25. And after 8 rounds, you get to the last round, and on the last round, let's say you do 7. Well, your score would be 7. It's your lowest score. So those first rounds, you have to decide, like, how hard am I going to push myself? Because if I go too easy, then you can never, that's going to be your lowest score. Like, you can't get, it doesn't matter if you go any faster because you already went that slow. Now, if you come out cranking hot, are you going to be able to maintain that for 10 sets? And so that's the game. That's the game aspect of this. The strategy aspect, the pacing, the understanding your body, knowing what's sustainable. A great workout. Now, why does the marathon distance care? So it's used as like a predictor for your marathon time. I think the guy's name is Bart Yasso is the one who kind of came up with this, and he'd been doing it for years. And he knew that if he could hold, a 2:45 pace, then he knew he was physically in shape to go run a 2:45 marathon. And so that's the calculator aspect, the predictability aspect, to kind of test yourself if you're training for that marathon distance. Now, another strategy that you could have is if you're training for the marathon and you do have a set goal, a set pace, well, you could start to do the Yasso 800s, and you could aim for that pace, and maybe you can only do 4 sets. Well, then you can build it that way. Or you could humble yourself, slow the pace even more, and then over time, every once in a while, retest the workout and see if that pace is increased. So 2 different kind of approaches you can do as you're getting into the Yasso 800s. And again, I wouldn't do it super often. And for that, we're going to jump into the next section and talk about how today went. All right, so how did today go? Not great. Today has taken a nosedive, to say the least. I feel like the day started out awesome. It started out strong. I was feeling great all day. Eating the right things, getting the electrolytes in, getting my carbohydrates in. The timing, the pacing of that throughout the day, I felt it was great. And then I started my warm-up and felt a little tight. I towards the end of the 2-mile warm-up really started getting moving, and it's the first time that I've done that since our long run last Saturday downhill. And so I really started to feel that tightness, specifically in my left hamstring going up into my glute. Got onto the track, did a bunch of striders, and decided to go for it. Every round I did, I ended up doing 3 rounds, started a 4th round, and then called it in the middle of the 4th because I had this gripping, this tightness right where my hamstring meets my glute. And I thought about pushing through. you know, I felt it from the get-go, so I did push through round 2, round 3, hoping it was gonna loosen, but it felt like every time that I went to the recovery jog aspect of the workout and then had to turn it back on for the next interval, when I turned it back on, then that glute just started grabbing again. So being like 9 days out from the run, decided not to push it, play it safe, called it, but it sucks mentally. I wanted one more test, one more like confirmation that I was ready, but that's okay. That's life. We're gonna move on from that. Now, why else does our day take a nosedive? Well, Ogden, the city of Ogden, where the run is supposed to take place, the run put out an email that they are dealing with some flooding, some damages from flooding, so they have some road closures, and we're supposed to get an update on Monday, the evening on Monday, about what they're going to do. Lots of talk. Are they going to alter the course, do a different course? Are they going to postpone it? Is the damage not severe enough they need to do anything? I'm so anxious to find out. Super anxious, but I'm trying to remind myself that I can only control what I can control, and I'm going to do that. So I'm going to get my body right, and I'm going to make sure I'm ready, and then whatever happens. The one thing that has been nagging in the back of my mind is, at this point, I would take a postpone over a course alteration, knowing that a course alteration would probably negate the certification that this course has as being a Boston qualifier. So that would be a huge disappointment if they altered the course. Especially to go out there and hit our goals, and then to find out that it's not the golden ticket, right? The Boston qualifier that we're going for. So we'll see what happens. Monday evening, we'll find out. More to come.